Fight! Fight and keep on fighting until the victory is ours! Fight for your women and your children!
After the amazing last season of The Last Kingdom, we've all been eager to see what happens next. It left us with an amazing season finale, but with a lot of questions. I don't know about you, but I was incredibly excited when I heard that it was, in fact, renewed for another season. What will happen and who will survive Season 5? The Last Kingdom Season 5 will change everything, and here's why. Just so you know, coming up with some pretty big spoilers for previous seasons of the show, and also for Season 5, just so you know, coming up are some pretty big spoilers for previous seasons of the show, and also for Season 5. Just like previous seasons, the show will still very closely follow the plot of Bernard Cornwell's The Saxon Stories. If it follows the recipe that the previous seasons did, it will adapt the next 2 books of the series into Season 5. That means the story will most likely be based on the Warriors of the Storm, which is Book 9 in the series, and the Flame Bearer, which is Book 10. So fans of both books and the show should have a good idea what is coming next. But we have seen this show move away from certain plot points, so it's never completely certain what comes next, but we're going to look at a few possibilities and how they can affect the show. But before we get into the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel with notifications on so you don't miss any of the new videos we post. The first thing that every fan wants to know is when will Season 5 be released? The short answer is that we don't really know yet. Netflix hasn't announced a release date yet. Rumors were that it would be around the middle of 2021. But then the global health situation hit and a lot of productions had to be put on pause. We've heard that they started production back up on The Last Kingdom and the cast is back to filming. So hopefully the show won't be delayed for too long. It's a show that takes a while for everything to be edited out and cut, so our prediction is that it should be more out by the end of 2021 or even early 2022. But we also think that it's going to be worth the wait. Will Season 5 be as popular as the last seasons were? We definitely think so. The show has had a slow start and gradually grew its fan base, but now they have a strong following of fans that are excited for what the new season holds for Uhtred and the rest of the characters. Like I said at the start, Season 4 left us with some major questions, and fans will for sure be coming back to find out what comes next. So let's see if we can find a few answers. Will Uhtred at last retake Bebbanburg? We do think that it might be time for this to happen. It has really been one of Uhtred's main goals throughout the entire series to become Lord of Bebbanburg, but he has never been able to achieve this. If the series followed the books, it might be during Season 5 that we see this happening. It's something that's been coming for a long time, so it should be a natural progression, but at the same time, it can change a lot of things. We have all known that it was his destiny from the beginning of the series, but that doesn't mean it'll be easy to achieve or that it won't cause him even more problems. It will make more enemies for Uhtred and put him in even greater danger than he already is. Someone else a lot of fans have been talking about is Finan. We haven't completely seen Finan's backstory, or how and why he left Ireland, but he has become a good friend to Uhtred and someone that he relies on. He has also become somewhat of a fan favorite, so many people are wondering if we will be seeing a lot more of him. I do have some good news for you on this front. It is very likely that Finan will stay around for most of the series. It's just not entirely clear how big a part he will play. He stays alive during the entire series of books, so it is very unlikely that they will completely discard this character, especially since there's so much more we want to know about him. So hopefully we will be seeing much more Finan in Season 5. Is Aswith dead? Big spoiler for those who haven't watched Season 4 yet. During the previous season, Aswith has been poisoned and it's still unclear if she survives or not. We're not really sure what is going to happen. Some of the cast has teased that they aren't sure if Eliza Butterworth plays Ellsworth will be coming back to join the cast for the new season or not. So for now, her fate is unsure. I do think that it would make a big difference for her not to be around. It was a character that I enjoyed, but we know the show doesn't mind killing off beloved characters. So who will be next? If you ship Uhtred and Ethelred and are still hoping that they would get it together somehow, you might want to cover your ears. In the books, Ethelred goes into battle very soon after she becomes Lady of Mercia, and in this battle, she loses her life. So if you've been following the show, you know that it sounds very likely that her time will be up soon. The series has killed off main characters in most of the seasons, and it might be Ethelred that will be a victim to Season 5. At the same time, the goal is to unite all of England, and with Ethelred in charge of Mercia, there's no way that Wessex and Mercia will ever be united. So, however sad her death will be, I think it might be necessary. Will Ethelstan become the great warrior England needs? In the books, he becomes heir to the throne when Edward dies, and eventually the first king of united England. Last season, we saw Edward giving Ethelstan to Uhtred so that he could teach him how to be a great warrior and even better leader. It means that Ethelstan will grow up in Northumbria, and he will grow up with both Dane and Saxon culture. So it'll help him to become a great king to the entire England. The books span quite a number of years, so we might see another actor take over the role of Ethelstan to show the age progression that happens from season 4 to 5, and maybe even during season 5. Will season 5 see England united? I don't think it will happen entirely this season, but I do think starting to achieve that goal will be the focus of most of the season. First, they need to unite Wessex and Mercia, and this will not be easy. Neither side is inclined to give in or go down without a fight, so it is very likely that we will first have to see this fight before they become united. I do think we'll be seeing these two kingdoms being united during season 5, taking us one step further to seeing Alfred's dream of a united England. Is Uhtred ever going to find true love? Let's face it, Uhtred is an amazing warrior and leader, but when it comes to matters of the heart, let's just say he's a bit less gifted. There have been some amazing women in his life, but he never seems to be able to figure things out to make it work. He agreed with Ethelred to stop any sort of relationship between them for the good of Mercia, and like we already said, it is very likely that she will die during season 5. So it'll be interesting to see where he will look for love next. In the books, Edith is his wife, but it seems like she is with Finan now, so she might be out of the running, at least for now. I do hope they create some sort of love story for him in season 5. It's important for him to grow as the main character, and I think it's important to the story and to keep the show interesting with more wars on the way. Well, this one is obviously yes, England won't be united without any blood being shed. None of the kingdoms will just agree to becoming one without putting up a fight. At the same time, war with the Scots seems unavoidable. At this stage, there's still a threat to Brandenburg, so it seems that Uhtred will at some stage may have to make a choice to go to war against them or to make an alliance with them, and I think an alliance is almost completely out of the question. So it will most likely be war. Then as always, the Danes could still be a major threat. They've lost huge amounts of territory and are out for revenge, so it is very possible we will see more Danes arriving to try and recapture their lost land. Who knows, they might even have Breda leading them. So it's almost certain that there will be more wars waiting in season 5. And if they are anything like they were in previous seasons, they will be spectacular to watch. Can we expect more seasons of The Last Kingdom? I hope so. There are 5 more books in the series, including the ones that will be adapted for season 5. So if they're allowed to finish the entire series, then The Last Kingdom should continue till about season 7. It could be a little different though, because season 7 would only have 1 book to cover. So they might add into season 6 or even just make season 7 shorter. Or if I get my way, they would just cover the last book in way more depth and let us have an epic finale season. Hopefully Netflix will continue the series and allow us to see it until the end. For now, I just can't wait for season 5 to come out so we can exactly see what happens and how things change. And that wraps up the video. Thanks for watching!